What up, friends? Geoff Fienberg back here with you talking more PGA Tour picks and props for oddschecker.com/US. And guess what? I have brought my guy at Tour Picks, Joe Idone, out from behind the keyboard. Odds Checker, they wanted a prettier face in front of the camera for these prop picks. So from now on, Joe is going to join me each week, breaking it down, giving props here for oddschecker.com/US. Looking forward to doing this week in, week out. Big fan of Joe and all his work. You've seen him crush it with the DFS stuff over at Odds Checker, an incredible record that he has put up. So now we're bringing him into the prop pick section. He's going to throw it down with me each week. Joe, I wish we could start with a prettier event, but hey, it's Mexico. There's odds. There's real opportunity. Let's go.
Let's go, buddy. I am thrilled to be joining you. I always feel like we have a very strong vibe on camera. I think this will go really nicely. And I'm excited, frankly. The betting side is more in my wheelhouse. It's stuff that I'm excited to talk about. So ready to get into these props for the Mexico Open.
Yeah, and if you're half as successful as you were with your DFS crushing, we'll have no problem giving prop winners. You can help pick up the slack for me here in these videos. So let's get this going right away. We'll waste no time. Both me and Joe, there's one player we're aligned with here on this prop video this week, and that's the Canadian, Austin Smotherman. Start us off here, Joe. I'm being just a tad more bold than you, but give us your case and your Smotherman prop.
Yeah, absolutely. So I took the top 40. I think you got the top 20, but I thought the top 40, you're getting a good price over at plus 150 at DraftKings right now, which if you do a little line shopping on that odds checker grid, you'll see that they do have the best odds available for him, like plus 115 on FanDuel. So you're catching an extra 35 points on DraftKings. Jeff, I'm trying to put more trust in the stat models this year. I think you're much like me, and you got to pass the eye test. We don't see much of Smotherman, but you look at any sort of stat model, he's third in approach, basically dating all the way back since the Farmers. Top 5 in par 5 scoring, which I think is going to be key this week. Top 20 in distance, so he's certainly not short by any means. Just think he aligns really well, and you're getting a nice price on him this week.
Yeah, sneaky little player right now, getting sort of a lot of buzz in our niche corner of the industry. I've decided to back him at the plus 400 for the T20, a little bullish. Joe, he might even show up in my long shots in our collab article for Odds Checker this week. So that's how bullish I am on Smotherman. Wouldn't be surprised to see him win. You've hit on two key things, though. It's that distance off the tee. Sneaky long, about 318. That can play here. And it's his ability with the approach, especially that 150 and slightly above range. He's been outstanding. Enough things for me to connect here. And I don't know, a PGA Tour Latin America win or something at the Mexico Open. I don't like reading too much into that stuff, but apparently he's come down here and won before. That certainly doesn't hurt. We are both backing the Canadian this week in the placing market. Keeping on the placing market, I guess we're going to swap. I'm going to go for a T40. You're going to go for a T20. I'll start it off. Anirban Lahiri. I was tempted to go for the T20. That's a plus 300. And with his 13th in Texas, his second at the Players, maybe that is the move, but I'm being a little more cautious, safer, I should say. Lahiri T40 at a plus 120 for me. The form, the peace of mind for Lahiri, the field. This one, I don't want to say it seems like an easy one that's going to cash because that's a dangerous word. I can't believe I just said that E word on here. But Anirban, top 40, plus 120 for me. Joe, you're about to drop a T20 on us, are you not?
Yeah, let's check this out. Peter Uihlein, Jeff, believe it or not, is playing decent golf again. Yeah. 4 consecutive cuts made on the PGA Tour, 2 of those of which were at Corrales and the Puerto Rico Open, which I think do make solid comp courses this week that we will see at Vallarta. I hope I said that right. But those 2 particular courses, he's always played well. Even the 2021 version, 22nd and a 35th at those 2 events in particular. And if you look beyond the 4 consecutive PGA Tour cuts that he's made, playing pretty good golf in the Corn Ferry Tour. He had a 17th, and then after that, he finished second at the Louisiana Open about 3 weeks ago, where he lost in a playoff. So maybe a little bit of confidence rolling for Peter Uihlein. Obviously, no, this is a weaker field event. I'm going to take the plus 450 on Peter Uihlein to top 20 this week in a glorified, feels like Corn Ferry Tour type field, right?
Yeah, you could argue glorified Corn Ferry Field, Joe, and a lot of the indications on the course, it seems like the Corn Ferry guys could feel right at home. Much resort course, very low scoring vibe, something Corn Ferry guys are probably used to a little more, at least like the weekend, week out grind of needing to get to, in the 20s on the regular. So before we wrap up your prop picks for the week here, Joe, I'm going to give my last. It's a head-to-head matchup. I am stepping in front of the local guy, the fan favorite, Abraham Ancer. His health being a question, you can just see by the schedule. Not playing in San Antonio, obviously playing the Masters, not playing the Heritage, an event that I would have wagered on him to win had he decided to play, an event that is like the prototype to his game and has the past results. Nonetheless, he wasn't going to miss Mexico. That makes total sense, but I'm going to try to pick on him with Tony Finau. Ball striking not being the issue. It's been around the green game. These greens are big. As a big Finau fan, that's no secret to people who watch my videos. Sometimes I overinvest in Tony. The statistics are kinder than the results, than the like daily stat tracking of Tony Finau. The stats aren't as bad as the results might have you believe. So I'm going to still believe in Tony in a field like this. Question marks around Abe. It's even an underdog price. It's minus 105. It's minus money, but it's an underdog price in the matchup. Give me Tony Finau for that. And let's wrap it up with you, Joe, who you've got a top nationality market and a little fun one on the way out.
Yeah, first of all, I love the Tony Finau pick. If this wasn't the Mexico Open and this was the Colorado Open, you wouldn't see nearly as much love for Abe Ancer. So I think that's a little bit overplayed. Love that play. Listen, top nationality, I'm going Matt Jones plus 120 on DraftKings to be the top Australian in the field. Really boils down to two things. One, I think he's the best player of the bunch. He's got to really go against Aaron Baddeley, Brett Druitt, and Greg Chalmers are the three other names in terms of Australians in this field. He's a much better player than them, and frankly, he's in a lot better form. A second a few weeks ago at the Valero. Also, what I think is a good comp is the Tournament of Champions, right? Coastal, a little bit of past Palom, wide open fairways. He played great there where he finished third, makes a ton of birdies, and just seems to play better on these courses. He's pretty long off the tee, but he's not the most accurate guy. So you open up the fairways a little bit. I think he's the best player, plus 120. And a fun one kind of on the way out here. DraftKings is offering a prop for will the winner be in the final pairing on Sunday? I'm taking no, which is plus 175, Geoff. And it's just hard to close, man. We see it all the time. Looking back, 3 of the last 4 events, the winner has not come from that final group. The only exception, of course, was Scheffler at the Masters, who's had such a giant lead. But the other 3 tournaments came from guys outside of that final pairing. I think that this type of field at a new course exacerbates that sort of volatility that we sort of look for on what I expect to play relatively easy. Someone I think can charge and go get this thing on Sunday. I think the plus 175 is pretty good value there, and I like the probability of that potentially closing.
Listen, it leaves you a prop ticket holding in your hand till Sunday. Well, mine have missed the cut. I actually do like a lot of your game theory on that one. The Masters are write-off. After the Scotty thing, I think it's now like 27 of the last 32 have come from the final group. That's a complete anomaly based on our week in, week out tour experience, especially if it's going to be super low scoring. We see sometimes the guys in the final group, like they have to react to the charging and it doesn't always go as planned. Certainly. So that's a good one. Plus 175 sounds pretty enticing. Joe, looking forward to throwing down with you every week here with the oddschecker.com US fam. So smash the like button in the comments. Leave your favorite prop for the week here. PGA Tour, it's in Mexico. More events coming. We'll be back next week. All things here, PGA Tour over at Odds Checker. I'm Geoff Fienberg for Joe at Tour Picks. I am out.